Hey friends, welcome to this week's video. I know some of you have been complaining about the pops, so I fixed it. I Khabib'd it. So hopefully this will help with this popping issue. But yes, we are back on this next video. Work's been crazy, so again, a little bit late on this one. But this week we are going to go over the Jabra 75T update regarding the ANC. I know a few of you guys have requested that since I did the firmware update on all of my headphones, and they released their newest update in late October, and I've been testing it since to really try to get a sense of this active noise canceling and how much it really adds. Again, this is not going to be a tiered or like as good as the 85Ts that came out. However, this is a great solution, at least hopefully, for those who have the 75Ts already and want to see how well that the new ANC performs. So let's get into the video. Going into your app, if you haven't installed the update yet, there will be an option for you to do that through the app, and once it starts its sequence, it takes about 15 minutes to update. It's all relatively pretty quick, so just keep them in the case, wait for the blinking sequence to finish, you should be all done. Once updated, the Jabra app takes you step by step through the process of setting up your active noise canceling. The first step will be to establish your left and right balance, so it really highlights that part of the grid. The next will be the intensity of the active noise canceling. Again, if you're doing active noise canceling, I don't know why you wouldn't want on the top, but I did find some weird things that I'll mention later in this. And then finally, it'll allow you to sort of play around with the grid completely. And this is something that generally I think people will do. They won't do the step-by-step process, but it's good to understand what the grid means. However, I don't think it holds true to actually being saying like, this is the top means the best ANC. Because in my testing, using one of the lower levels actually yielded better active noise canceling to my ears. So playing with the grid is extremely important. However, make sure that you're doing it in the right setting. And what I mean by this is that Jabra suggests that you go to a quiet place to try to figure out where your settings should be. However, it makes it extremely hard to discern what this app does and where things are. So to do a better job about this, it's recommended by me to at least introduce some sort of noise that will have highs and lows so you can kind of gauge where you should be placing this cursor. And then from there you can determine what will give you the best balance and the best blockage to your ears, and then you can set those places in place. But a key thing to note here is that the Jabras seal very well on their own without ANC. So if you're listening to music, you really won't hear all that much anyway. Example here is on my one wheel, I don't really hear any road noise or any wind or anything at all, as long as hear-through is not on. So I can really get through my day without having to worry about it. When you introduce ANC, the difference is very subtle. It's not like a Sony or a Bose where you feel like, oh, I hear all this sound getting sucked up and I know that all the ANC is on. In contrast, it's kind of like I hear the mics trying to do something, and it's a very subtle difference. So there's a slight difference, and I could say like it probably saps out like 10%, make things 10% quieter, but it's not like game-changing where it'd be any different than if you were just listening to your music. So that is at least something that I noticed when using it on my one wheel. However, indoors it does seem like you do hear the difference a lot more, so I tried this listening to a TV in the background with my roommate talking to a friend, and it was a lot more apparent, I guess, that the difference between it ANC on and off, probably something like 20% versus the 10% I heard on my one wheel with the road noise. So I just turned music off, I listened to it for a while, I could notice the difference. Again, if you start playing music, then you don't really hear much at all, but you do hear the difference more if you just don't play music and you just listen for things in the background. The things that I did want to note about the ANC here is that lower noises were easier to drown out, and I did hear things like higher cheering or higher pitched noises or higher voices. Those kind of came through the ANC more. And again, I tried to max it out on the app again to see if anything changed, but those kind of were the consistent sound frequencies that still made it through. So it's not a perfect ANC setup. It's definitely, again, nothing like an over-ear set or some of the other earbuds that I've tried, but it definitely still performs much better than if it was off completely. So yeah, the Jabra 75T Elites, they did alright in terms of ANC. It is a good feature. You can notice it get you a couple clicks of ANC in there. Not the best I've heard, obviously. This is not gonna do as well as obviously an over-ear where you hear all that noise gets sucked out of your listening environment. However, it is noticeable in the sense that it does block out some noise. So like I said in the overview of it, it helps a little bit more on the lower end. On the higher end, you can still hear those high-pitched noises, and those people with higher voices, those do drone in. But again, it's something that you can experiment with inside the app, and hopefully more updates improves that over time. Again, if you're looking for something a little bit more solid with more dedicated ANC built into it, there is the 85T variant in there, as well as a bunch of other headphones that I've reviewed, so you can check those out as well. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. The next video should be the 500 subscriber special, but we'll see. Something came in the mail and I might want to prioritize that, so we will see. But yes, I'll get that to you guys soon. Anyways, I appreciate you guys always sticking around. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, doing all the things you normally do on a video that you like and love. And all my new subscribers, thank you. You get me closer to 600. Hopefully I put out that video before I hit that. That would be really embarrassing. But anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate ya. Hopefully see you really, really soon. Peace.